Okay, yep, we're hunting for black cats. Let's go. Alright, so a small thing I should note is that I did originally, so this run was recorded with audio. Long story short, for whatever reason, OBS decided not to detect my microphone. So none of my microphone input was actually recorded, which is kind of annoying. Not because none of my microphone audio was captured, but because I was literally using OBS earlier that day, and it was working just fine. So I'm not really sure what would have changed in between that morning and that afternoon that would have caused OBS to just forget about that. So yeah, the Black Cat event is back. It's probably already been like a week by the time I'm finished with this. So I don't know what the order that I'm gonna upload these in. Most likely this one will be first. But yeah, this idea is the main reason why the scripted video was delayed. Is because the scripted video can be done anytime, really. And I wanted to have enough time to do all these rabid snarby runs. Because this one video could potentially take like 7 or 8 rabid snarby runs before I find one. And I wanted to make sure I had enough time within the event to do this. Along with also just farming the event. Because I do plan on also streaming the event once or twice, which may have already happened by the time this is uploaded. Now, I actually did originally plan to live stream this. But on top of the fact that I'm really busy currently, yeah, like I said earlier, this one run could potentially take like 8 rabid snarby runs to do. It's really just all RNG, whether or not I get one. And if it ended up being on the higher amount of runs, then I probably wouldn't be able to do it all in one stream. So I thought it'd be better if I just made it into a video instead. I also wanted to use this video as sort of an introduction, because I don't think I've really mentioned it anywhere. But I did recently make a second channel. I'm gonna keep the higher quality videos probably on the main channel. And then most of the extended or unedited videos and memes and generally lower quality videos will go on the second channel. Including this, and there it is. And it's right there. Yep. There it is. Tier 4 Black Cat on the first run. Yeah, so I was kind of panicking here. Because like I said, I was fully expecting this to take like 7 runs to do before I found one. And I planned out like days where I would do this and like different loadouts and whatnot. And then here I am getting it on the first arena of the first run. So yeah, there it is, Tier 4 Black Cat. It was around here that I realized that I forgot to equip Mask Wraith. I just put on my regular Vanna loadout and just didn't bother changing anything. So I brought my Drakon to Rabid Snarby. I didn't even realize it. I did just pick up pages as well, which is interesting. Because the last time this happened to me, like a couple years ago, the Black Cat didn't drop any loot. Right here is interesting because it looks like the Snarble got stuck on the Howitzer, and I was like confused as to what it was doing. Right here I got a little greedy with the pill, and I just walked into a slag. I'm not really sure what my plan was there, but yeah. So yeah, I was actually a little bit disappointed that I got it so quickly. Because like I said, I was fully expecting this to take multiple runs, but I was also planning for this to take multiple runs. And now none of that's gonna happen because I already got it on my first run. Anyways, back to what I was saying about the channel. So yeah, overall just the lower quality videos and extended ones that are like unedited will probably go on that one. So for example, this one will be uploaded on the main one, which is a much shorter video than the actual run. And on my second channel, I'll just upload the full run unedited. And I would have done the same thing for my max health video if I had done this sooner. I have the edited, just shorter one on the main channel. Well, I have both on the main channel, but I also uploaded the full run. So things like that will be on the second channel. And like I said earlier, I originally planned to stream this because I thought it'd be funny. Then I realized that it would probably work better as a video than a stream. Is it the next wave? Yeah, this wave right here, it was very sloppily done. Like, I kind of messed up a couple times, but this wave, I think, is a really good example of like, movement being better than, like, crowd control. Because I kind of just stayed in this bottom corner the entire time. Right now, I'm trying to clear out one of the Silk Wings, because I can't out-DPS both of them. But I can out-DPS one of them, so I leave the other one alive and just focus on killing things from now. And the only thing I really need to pay attention to here is the lumbers. I'm able to just like walk around slightly, and I don't have to get out of this corner. And just like that, the entire way is cleared. Yeah, and then two drow got stuck behind the other gate. So instead of killing the howitzer and going around, I decided to use orbit gun to dash through the spikes, which I thought was kind of funny. Like I said, the full run is going to be uploaded on the second channel. I thought this run turned out pretty well, actually. Yeah, I was also looking forward to using like different loadouts and strategies in all these runs. And I was gonna see which weapons are like, I was gonna demonstrate like Callahan being really powerful, and like which weapons do and don't work in Rabid, Snarby, and whatnot. Well, yeah, it was right about here where I realized that not only did I forget to swap to Masquerade, but I also forgot to swap the harness. So I'm using Drakon with an elemental harness, so it's just completely useless against all the beasts. But yeah, right here was me deleting howitzers with orbit gun charge, since it does a lot of damage. I also ended up doing a similar thing in the next room where all the lumbers are. So yeah, right here, you're gonna see me just delete lumbers with an orbit gun charge and a few light attacks. And it just instantly dies. I mean, right here, he's gonna die from fire, but still. He was only one hit away from death. Yeah, it just deals their entire health bar in like such a short amount of time. So as I was saying earlier, yeah, I planned on bringing different weapons and trying out different strategies. And then I happened to get a black hat on my first run. Not only in the first run, but in the first arena of the first run. And it also happened to be with probably the most boring loadout I could put on. I just put on my most basic loadout I could have had, which is just like Orbit Gun Blitz. It's just my standard Vanna loadout for dealing with undead and whatnot. So one of the main reasons I decided to do this is because A, it's kind of funny looking for black hats in tier 4. It's like a painfully inefficient way of farming for books. But it's also because I wanted to have more practice with Rabid Snarby. Because no matter how many times I run this mission, I always seem to just be really unprepared for the boss. since the rabid snarby boss fight is like the second or third worst boss encounter in the entire game. It's really bad. But yeah, I wanted to have more practice with it and actually get better at the boss fight. And something that I learned when I was doing my sword only run not too long ago, which I'm pretty sure that was the last snarby run I've done up until this one. Yeah, what I learned in that rabid snarby run is that the Snarby boss has a lot less health than I thought it did. I always imagined them having just like a ton of health and just being overall just a really tanky enemy, but they really don't have that much health. For this room, I like to ignore the bottom right, as it has a respawning Silkwing, and I like to just keep him locked up because he's already surrounded by bushes and he can't get out. I wonder if this respawning Spook Cat can spawn as a black cat. It probably wouldn't drop any loot, but I'm just curious if you could get that to happen. And here we are, right before the boss fight. I think the Snarby just stood at the bottom for a couple seconds. I was waiting for him to move so that I could get him out of the arena. He eventually moved. So yeah, this entire run has gone way smoother than I thought it would. I mean, the rabid snarby run up until the boss is probably the easiest one out of the 4 Shadow Layers. Yeah, the other thing is I really prepared for this to take like several runs. I think it was the last Cyber Monday sale. I think it was during last year's Cyber Monday sale when Shadow Keys were on a discount. I just went ahead and purchased like 7 or 8 of them in advance, specifically for this video. And then I ended up getting a black cat on my first run. So I guess I just have like 6 or 7 Shadow Keys just extra now, so I'll find a use for them somehow. I was fully preparing for this to be like a week, for this video to be like a week-long thing. I was planning out like spending afternoons doing a rabid snarby run nightly as like a nightly routine until I got a black cat, and then I ended up getting one in the first run. So that's nice, I guess. Alright, so here we are, the boss fight. The part that I've been dreading the most. Because in just about every rabid snarby run I do, this is usually where it all falls apart. Silkwing is immediately making a run for it. Also, what I learned from the sword only run, I mean, I kind of already knew this, but I didn't know how substantial it was. But I learned that the bell in the rabid snarby boss fight has like twice the range as the regular fight. It's kind of ridiculous how much range the bell has. You're able to stun them from like you're able to stun them when they're against the gate at the top. Also, if that rabid snarby had bit one more time, he would have hit me and done like a lot of damage. So normally I would advise against using remedy capsules to cure poison, but in this arena I need to do as much damage as possible before the Silkwing respawns. And also right here, I'm just getting really lucky with the rotations of when they're attacking. And just like that, one's already dead. They really don't have as much health as I always thought they did. And also that's partially due to Blitz Needle being as strong as it is. Right here, I promptly miss the Curse Vial I had saved specifically for this fight. And then kill it with a Blitz Charge anyways. Yeah, I'm not sure what my plan was there, I just walked into it. Also using the bell as coverage for some of the quills, which is quite nice. Right here as well, I'm poisoned, but I cure the poison because I expect the next stun to kill him. Which it does, but if I was poisoned, it wouldn't have done enough damage, and I would have had to wait for another opportunity. And just like that, I did the boss deathless. Which is like, I mean, it's nice, but like I was expecting this to be such an event, and it just felt a little anticlimactic. But yeah, I also did get a little lucky with quills and whatnot. Alright, and then we have the Descent into Darkness next. Which I actually liked how this turned out, because it was basically a showcase of how overpowered Combustor is. Because Combustor's fire is just, it's too good. Most enemies here die in 2 charge attacks. Even the ones that are resistant to elemental damage. Like that Wolver's about to die. And like that, it's already over. Here's me fumbling around with my loadouts, because I hadn't equipped these in months. I didn't even know what was in them. Yeah, using Hammer to dash around in the Swarm Seeds is really nice. I'd strongly recommend anyone who has a Hammer to do this. Right here, I just stood there and got hit by slimes. I'm not really sure what my plan was. And then I got sniped by one as well. But yeah, here we have 2 gremlins, both, you know, resistant to elemental damage. One's almost dead, the other one is like halfway dead. And the fire is still burning. And just like that, they're both dead. Combustor is just that strong. Also, not to mention that the fire still does the same damage if they're in the Swarm Seed or not. It's just really, really good. And just like that, the Descent into Darkness is also deathless. I almost did the entire thing deathless. If only I was paying attention on the first floor, and I wasn't like panicking after the black cat that I got, I probably could have done the entire run deathless. So yeah, that was, you know, a pretty decent rabid snarby run. Alright, I'll try to get this out ASAP, but also I'm working on like 3 different projects all at once, while also trying to farm the event. But yeah, that was a pretty mediocre rabid snarby run.